What's going on, everyone? This is Michael Stewart-Isaacs.
And this is Shemekka, Ebony.
And this is your next edition of
Sunday Stacks.
Yes, Sunday Stacks. We are back and we are happy to be alive. Yes, Sunday Stacks is on the Alive Podcast Network. You can also find us on YouTube. We are so excited to be here today just to always share with you, the listeners, about how things are stacking in our week. And we hope you've had a week of stacking yourself. There's so many great things that have happened in a week. I know there's been a lot of crazy things happening this week. I know, Shemekka, we know there's been a lot going on in the world. So
Indeed.
We definitely have to take a moment and just kind of, before we talk about how it's stacking, we want to give our love and support and prayers out. We have a lot of people across this globe, let alone in our community. We're based out of North Carolina, and we just want to send love, peace, and blessings to our loved ones in the mountain regions of North Carolina. They've been going through such a devastation due to the previous hurricane, and we just want to shout you all out and just give a little love. You got any things you just want to shout out to the people before we get into how it's stacking, babe?
Absolutely. I am so grateful to just report that I've been able to hear from community champions we work with in that area, the co-workers to friends to family that we've adopted and mentees in that area through the years. Just to hear that they are well, I can't say that they're at full capacity, but they have survived. We can start there. So just thoughts and prayers. I'm grateful, especially our Black Girl Magic Market partners and ecosystem partners knew our collective was impacted by this. That's Western North Carolina collective of African American artists, creatives, and authors, and I was part of their retail marketplace in Asheville that's been impacted. They're helping out. Even with this impact, they are on the front line serving in their community as champions for sure. So our hearts, thoughts, and prayers come before everyone to just touch and agree that they continue to survive, find their place, and tap into what their pivot looks like as they go forward from after this. And as a survivor of flooding in my community in Eastern North Carolina, we lost 2 of our family homes, 2 different storms in Kinston, North Carolina. So I'm sensitized to that and what it is to lose everything tangible physically and still have your life. And that means so much more in that moment and still the long term. My heart, thoughts, prayers, and faith go towards what your better tomorrow looks like to all of Western North Carolina and South Carolina and those other states that have been impacted. And, those that have business that are in Western North Carolina that now supply chain has been impacted by that. So there's so many layers of, in addition to health and well-being that has been impacted for people's livelihood, that I bring all of that into the space. I know that was a lot, but this is my time that I'm just exhaling because I've just been in prayer and consecration all week. That's literally what my stacking was like, just finding my people, making sure they're good, and seeing what I can do in my power.
All right. Well, we appreciate you just kind of giving that insights and love and peace to all of those we care about, the ones we're out here. Shout out to Tyshawn, just a young man who's doing some amazing things in the community of Asheville, and just so many people that are just on the ground that have been community leaders for so many social issues and ills, that now this greater time when things are in devastation, we definitely want to just be able to bring more than just hopes and prayers, but also guidance as well as whatever is needed to regroup. And I'm seeing my state rise to the challenge, rise to the occasion. We have great leadership under Governor Roy Cooper, and just seeing the efforts of the state and the federal government. I know there's been some challenges, but again, we want to give everyone prayers and support in any way capacity of connecting dots or whatever needs to happen to see a greater day for the community. So again, we want to give them shout outs to the community. As we start this week, we always ask, how else is it stacking? So I'm gonna throw it like that, Shemekka. How is it stacking for you this week professionally?
So professionally, it's been stacking really good. It's like everything is moving fast. We actually are going to be on the road this week. I'm thinking ahead when I think about being at the From Conversations to Contracts down in Wilmington with Genesis Block Partnership and Black Girl Magic Market. So that's coming ahead. I'm excited about that. We also have a great opportunity to talk about preparing for award season.
Yes,
And,
yes. Tell us about the award season. Tell the people what you've been up to in this world.
You know, I am so grateful to have the opportunity to, I guess, hear about how I impact so many people across the country when they share things with me. And I had two people in my life, at least two that I know of, that nominated me for an Chi Awards, and I was
Chi Awards, yes.
Just shocked and grateful. 6 categories across 2 states.
Yay! That's not a sound effect. That's me really doing that out of love and respect.
So I'm in awe. I'm excited. I'm grateful for the nominations and excited to be going to both award showcases. So if you are in the Atlanta area or if you're here in North Carolina in the Raleigh area, please join us. Celebrate with me. All of this is happening in and around my birthday season, so we're making it a family affair. Come join us and celebrate. So I definitely wanted to get a chance to lift that up. If you can join us, we want to see you.
Yes, please. Come on, let's be there. Be there.
Yeah,
be in the room to watch this phenomenal leader potentially win what has never been done in Achi history, an award in 2 different states at the same time. That would be amazing. I'm just a narrator, but that would be amazing.
At least once in 10 years. I did talk to the founder, and she said she's only seen this happen once, and it was 1 nomination in each state. So we have a chance to make history, I believe. So join us, even with the essence of that. But I just wanted to check in with you, Mike. How's it been stacking for you?
It's been going well. It's been going well. Just trying to continue to get loud in this world and really just continue to make things grow, make things happen. You know, I'm so excited that this week, last episode, we were discussing how I was wrapping up the 3rd quarter. This week, I get to start the 4th quarter. So this is not just another man talking about sports, y'all. We talking about business. We talking about financial literacy and so many great things. And the work that I do through my organization, and particularly just the work we do with all the different brands. So, of course, Sunday Stacks, we always talk about our FCC, family, community, and company. And we try to make sure with that philosophy, we also try to model that in our week for weeks when we're trying to stack up. So with that, I really take these things to heart. And each week I really push hard to prepare. But when it's a special week like this where it starts off a new quarter, it just has a different kind of energy. It gives me a different level of go. I was able to really kind of get in a good momentum in regards to starting this month off really well for October, being able to start the 4th quarter, reaching out to my contacts and partners, and really just kind of doing what it takes to really grow this opportunities of relationship building, because that's really what business is all about, y'all. You got to take a lot of busyness, you got to organize it, and then you get this relationships that you have to build, and people want to do things out here, y'all. There's trade associations, there's so many different people that want to network and build with you. So always understand you have a community around you that wants to grow and help you continue to succeed so you can take care of your family. And part of that, appreciate it. Yeah, we love just, the work we're out here doing. And so part of that too, I just want to shout out, I got to mention it. The team always tells me I don't mention it enough here on Sunday Stacks. But I do motivational speaking, y'all. Anybody out there in the Sunday Stacks listening audience, if you need a motivational speaker that's really going to bring that energy, if you love what you're hearing here on Sunday Stacks, yes. It gets better. It gets better in person. It gets better in 3D. And it definitely brings the energy and the uplifting nature that we want to see people grow, where we become more productive after hearing a good session. So I like to bring the energy, I like to bring the nuance, I like to bring the thought leadership. So I look forward to anyone out there that's looking for a dynamic speaker.
How can
Definitely.
somebody reach out?
Well, I'm so glad you asked, Shemekka. Of course, you can always Google Michael Stewart-Isaacs, but you can also check me out. I work with the speaking agency, APB Speakers. You can check out their website, apbspeakers.com, and then you can find me, or you can reach out directly through our iambrilliant.org as well, and we can figure out ways that we can get you connected and looped in so we can be present. And Shemekka, I know you do those keynotes too. Don't act like you don't. Like, make sure these people know not only are we out here as great podcast hosts, but we definitely can come out here and touch your life and really speak to different groups. I know you speak to women's groups and other groups as well. So, we definitely want to make sure that people know that we're available.
Absolutely. And come check me out virtually real soon. Actually, this coming up week on October 8th at our quarterly meeting. It's our networking space. We're doing virtual this time, so we can come talk about it. We can have a discovery session right there on the spot, and I'd be happy to come and speak to your organization for sure.
I love it. So let's get into the reason why we love telling you about our speaking opportunities, because this is our favorite segment of the week that has just been growing in popularity. So in the last few weeks, we've been doing a different level of series where instead of just having a generic topic, we've really been doing like a level of teaching within each topic. This week, we came up with a new segment title we're going to call Sunday School. Yes, Sunday School. Sunday Stacks presents Sunday School. The main topic segment is now called Sunday School, because we want to teach the people out here. We want to teach our audience as not only to get good feeling information on how to feel good, love your family, but we also want to make sure that community dynamic of who you are as an individual is growing. So this week's Sunday School topic is called Never Ceases to Amaze. Yes, y'all, never ceases to amaze. And as a podcast, right, we work week for week to come up with episodes and really just kind of share our thought leadership with you all, the audience, in regards to how we build together. But we never cease to amaze ourselves that we can get it done every week, that we can take the compounding nature of a day and turn it into 7 days. And by the 7th day, we're able to sit down and talk to you, the world, about our life. And it never ceases to amaze me about the goodness that my life has week for week. The goodness that my Creator has given me week for week to be able to love my family. It never ceases to amaze how I have the ability to find ways to serve my community and make sure that I'm available to those who may be in need of my voice, may be in need of my strength, may be in need of my knowledge and intellect, and really willing to go. It never ceases to amaze me how I can work diligently to build a company and go through struggles and ups and downs, but yet learn how to find a team and lean on people and use expertise in different ways. It never ceases to amaze me. And so this week with Sunday School, we want you to really think to yourself, what is it in your life that never ceases to amaze you? Oh yes, I am brilliant. You know that, me and Shemekka, that producing dynamic duo. Want you to think about what never ceases to amaze in your life. Because for me, it's my God. Oh yes, that life force energy in my life that allows me, even in my ups and downs, even when I'm sick, even when I'm tired, even when I don't feel capable, it never ceases to amaze me what He will show me what's possible if I lean on Him. Let me tell y'all this, y'all. This week, this whole week since the fourth quarter, I made a commitment to myself that I was going to start waking up at 5 a.m. And I'm going to tell y'all, I can sleep in. Shemekka will tell you, I can sleep in late. I can sometimes have to get the kids up in the morning. I can go a little longer than I should. But I wasn't sure if I could do it. But sure enough, y'all, with a little bit of effort, a little bit of belief, and a little bit of pushing myself, it never ceases to amaze me, because I asked God, can you get me up at 5 a.m.? Can I find you at a new time in the day to build that relationship, to get that early start? And I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. It actually works. There has been something amazing that has not ceased to amaze me. That a little bit of faithfulness to do something that even I thought I was reluctant to do, I was able to find a new version of myself in that. So I mean, I know a lot of you all have your own thoughts about what never ceases to amaze you. It could be that grandmother that always supports you, or that loved one that, shows up for your events. And we need to take those moments to just value in our life what never ceases to amaze us. Shemekka, you got any thoughts about that for the audience?
Oh, yeah. I am appreciative to just take a moment to think about the things that are awesome, that continuously amaze me, things that happen, experiences, learning opportunities. And when I was asked what never ceases to amaze, it's like, well, what is it that keeps you in a consistency? I had to ask myself, what is it that is consistently amazing to you, that it feels awesome. And I loved what you said, Michael, about God. For me, it's the miracles that I get to witness or hear about, what God is doing for other people, just like you, the things that people survive. It never ceases to amaze me how people have this powerful energy of resilience to keep going. And being in community, I get to witness that in so many people's lives. And so when I had the opportunity to think about that, it really made me ponder on seeing other people illuminate, long story short, seeing other people illuminate, and that never ceases to amaze me, because to know that there's a new light shining with purpose and power, and reminded of who they are and how they're able to go forth, it never ceases to amaze me what comes out of them after that turning point.
Whoa. Shemekka said. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard that. I'm going to let that settle in. I'm going to let y'all rewind that back and kind of listen. Because she never ceases to amaze me, y'all. She never ceases to amaze me in terms of just her poetic reflections on life. I mean, definitely, if you don't know, she's an author. So y'all make sure y'all check out those books, While I'm Getting Naked. Check out that book, Sanctuary Life. Go get it, Ingram Sparks, wherever way you got to find it, Barnes and Nobles, Shemekka, Ebony, you find that book.
United Masters audio book out there.
United Masters, we released an audio book, yes.
Part 1.
So there's so many things out here that we want to continue to never cease to amaze. We want to make sure that we're always consistently rolling and building, so we can never cease to give you a great reflection on who you can be if you don't. And sometimes, we have children, so sometimes I say with them, they never cease to amaze me. Good, bad, or indifferent, they never cease to amaze me. That's a parent joke for those parents out there who understand how kids can be. But I have faith in God, because God is awesome. Mm-hmm. And He is guiding my life, and He's guiding the lives of those that He's created, that He will continue to bring us to a greater place. So don't ever be shocked to feel that feeling, never ceasing to be amazed by the glory of what's possible in a day. So, this was a great topic. We can always stay on it. We're going to carry a little bit of the tune as we transition y'all to our other popular segment, Whiz of the Week. Yes, Whiz of the Week, Whiz of the Week. And I'm sure lots of the whiz this week won't cease to amaze, because we are talking war raging in the Middle East. Oh, man, y'all, have y'all been watching the news? This is just something we already know we got wars in Russia and Ukraine, craziness going on, of course, throughout Africa. So many different things that are just going on across the globe. We definitely want to continue to keep our prayers and stay vigilant that we can continue to foster a more positive world. But we had Joe Biden makes a surprise first ever presidential appearance at the White House press briefing, talking about all this stuff. He could not do it. He's still the president. He still got to get one good hoorah of taking his leadership, because in a month or so we are looking at an election, y'all. So President Biden came talking about all the different wars and the things that are going on. We had union strikes, y'all. We had the whole thing going on. This was like an historic situation where we had port workers, toilet paper, the port workers were striking. I mean, there was just so much drama going on and tension, but finally they were able to suspend the strike, come up with a compromise deal. I think they wanted like a 75% pay raise. The company wanted to give a 50% pay raise, and they had to meet somewhere in the middle, like 60 something. And I think it's just, it's amazing that somehow, our regular employee system is turned into Shark Tank, right? We go from people having the situation where they know there's a number out there, it's a raise over I think 6-year period, but then they were like, nah, we got to negotiate. This is what we really want, and then somehow they have to come up with some Shark Tank level compromise because hey, everybody should be in a season of negotiation, right? Mm-hmm. They should be in a place where they should have the opportunity to say what's going to direct their future for their families because they got a bottom line just like these corporations. And I think more people have to think about it like that, right? We have household bottom lines like these corporations. And as we look at inflation and what's going on with price gouging and, all these different things that have been going on in regards to our economy, we really have to be, again, vigilant. These are the things that never cease to amaze me, y'all. These are the things when I think about the Wizard of the Week, it's just like, what are we allowing these things to distract us from when we really should be focused on our FCC, family, community, and company? Because if we do that well, then we start to improve some of the conditions that we're seeing in the land. And that's the point, is that we can't be upset and so mad that we let the negative win, thinking that we have no control or power to change the circumstances. Mm-hmm. And so, it's just been so much reflection. I want to also note that this week I had the opportunity to watch something on the Daily Show with Jon Stewart. And he had a conversation with Ta-Nehisi Coates. And it was just a unique interview that they were talking about his new book, The Message. And haven't had the opportunity to read it, but it's definitely something I want to check out. And just understanding that, he was going so deep in terms of how sometimes we don't know how to see things from one another's perspective. And everyone has a justification one way or another for how they live or what they believe they go through in a condition. But one of the most important things that came out of that I want to reflect on here in the Wizard of the Week is the concept of understanding the humiliation of oppression. So when I look at the Wizard of the Week and I look at all the things that we are distracting ourselves with, whether it's political, whether it's entertainment, we look at ourselves sometimes, and our topic today was never cease to amaze. But sometimes when we look at our lifestyle of oppression and when we feel that we are being hurt or ostracized or criticized walking into a store or whatever, do we weigh a level of humiliation for those things? And that was a very interesting conversation. I implore anyone out there to go check that out and really see that conversation between Jon Stewart and Ta-Nehisi Coates in regards to just understanding the humiliation of oppression and really give that a thought. Because as I want to just give y'all more complexity into what never ceases to amaze me is the brilliance and the genius that is out there in the world. That if these voices are heard and people start to open their ears and hear one another and have great conversations, all of the whizzes, all the distractions can be, eventually muted, and we can really focus on building our families, community, and company. So I'm gonna stop it there, Shemekka. What you got to say about some of these whizzes of the week?
Well, I love watching the interview with Jon Stewart, and I'll quickly lift up a part. They talked about, Jon Stewart said, even if we have the solution for religious differences, it'll be something else that will elevate and rise up that would cause division yet still. And a really good example of that was given, and you may know the research. If you don't, look up the brown-eyed, blue-eyed research with young children being assigned an eye color or hair color, and they were given certain privileges based on their eye color or hair color, and their behavior changes when they were the ones in power or the popular one or the cool one or the one that got privilege and rights, compared to the oppressed ones, and how their behaviors that they begin to exhibit, how they begin to treat other people. And we see those dynamics happening in what they were elevating in this conversation, as well as, our own projections and how we experience the world.
I love that. I think these are very interesting ways of just kind of what we try to do with the Wizard of the Week is we want to not just gossip, but But we want to tell people what everyone's talking about. But at the same time, we hope to offer a unique perspective to allow for you to not allow for, again, the whizzes to not be something that you have to close your ears and not know exists. But you have to have a filter within your life that you can process it better. Because it never ceases to amaze me when you get the right suggestions and someone gives you the right filter in life. You have a different kind of superpower to allow for you to actually live your life because you're not so caught up in these whizzes. And we love to kind of just put our little spin on it and give our little take. So definitely check out all the recommendations we've given you all. Shemekka, I know she does some really cool things. She has, a lot of announcements of events that she's working on. She one of the best event planners I know. So she got some cool things coming up for you all. Sunday Stacks is looking to touch the people and really get out here in 3D so y'all can figure out who the faces are behind the voices. So we got a lot of great things on the way for you all in this fourth quarter and some great things that we're looking for 2025 to continue to grow the Sunday Stacks movement. Of course, produced by the I Am Brilliant fam. So we want to continue to just bless you all with this unique perspective of thought leadership, this think tank that's out here really just kind of growing the masses' ability to believe that we all are the leaders that we're looking for. So I'm grateful always and honored to grow with Shemekka's vision. And I'm grateful that she continues to have me as a co-host here with this Sunday Stacks podcast.
Oh, I love you so much. Listen, before we wrap, I just wanted to put this nugget out here for those of us that are wanting to help those impacted by this storm. You may notice, you may have heard that people are asking you not to send clothes, and you may not understand why. Why not? I have all these clothes to give away, and you're like, why not? These people lost everything. They need clothes. But I just want to help you kind of think from another perspective when we think about capacity, especially when you're taking a risk trying to drive up these clothes items to an area that is not fully clear. So you're putting yourself at risk to help. The desire to help may be there, yes, but the impact of it could be a danger to more, not only yourself, but the environment that you're going into. And I'll just say this, unless your clothes are disposable, meaning they're going to expire safely in our ecosystem, it's not helpful to send clothes to a place that doesn't have a laundry facility. How they're going to wash these clothes, how they're going to transport these clothes, how they're going to take these clothes that you've given them that they, you may feel that they should be grateful to have something, but no, in reality, your intent to be helpful has added burden to them in the time of crisis. So as they're asking, the Western North Carolina is listing the things they need. Be mindful of that and consider it. Don't be offended that they're turning down something you want to offer, but be open-minded to understand where they are on their recovery journey, and we can't jump to adding more things to them, piling upon them, because they don't even necessarily have somewhere to store these things because it's not functioning as it should. As hard as they're working, we're not there yet. So I just want to put that nugget of hope, empowerment. As you're looking to see how to get involved, check with people on the ground.
Awesome. Give us some cleanup items. What should the people be doing to stay plugged into Sunday Stacks?
Oh, you want to tap into the Alive Podcast Network? Yes. If you have not downloaded that app, make sure you do that today. We need you to do that. And if you believe in the things that you're hearing on Sunday Stacks, make sure you go ahead and subscribe, because when you subscribe, you directly pour into us, pouring into you and other people around us across the globe. So make sure you tap into that. Tap into SundayStacks.com. Follow us on YouTube, and we want to see you in the building. So if you're interested in coming to a Sunday Stacks listening session, make sure you check out my Calendly. We have those reservations coming up. So Calendly.com/Shemekka, Shemekka, and reserve your seat for our in-person listening session coming soon.
Awesome. And you can find all our links, of course. She said SundayStacks.com, IamBrilliant.org. Definitely check out TheBrilliantBunch.com. We got a lot, y'all. We working hard to continue to bring great content to you all. And of course, as most people say, follow us on Instagram. We do have the Sunday Stacks podcast page finally up. We will get more content up there for you all, but definitely follow it. Stay subscribed, stay plugged in. We appreciate you as always. We appreciate you listening to Sunday Stacks. And as always, as we close each episode, we say, I am brilliant, and you are too. Thank you again for tuning in to Sunday Stacks. We appreciate you. We'll see you next week. Peace.